Well, speaking of that, let's hurry up these announcements so we can get into some D&D.
Let's announce some stuff.
So right off the top, we will be talking about Skull Splitter. So if you need some dice, go ahead and use our link down in twitch.tv/DadBodDnd all the way at the bottom. Click that Skull Splitter button and buy yourself some dice. So I actually sold some to a buddy at work, which was kind of fun. I felt like I'm a pitch man. Hey man, need some dice? I opened up my sleazy jacket and I'm like, hey, you want some dice?
Yeah. They just had 4 new sets launch earlier this month. They're pretty cool. I like the Glass of Ages one. It's very...
What's kind of crazy? If you're in the market for metal dice, they're like sold out of everything. So that's neither here nor there.
That tells you how good they are.
I actually mentioned to a friend like that I would like some metal dice, like offhand, and she was like, "Oh, have you heard about this place? It's like called like Splitter Skull or something. It's where I get all of my die." And I was like, "Yeah, I've heard of them."
Funny story. We're
actually
go to Skull Splitter, use the promo code DadBod for 10% off your first purchase. So stack up on what you need, what you want, all in that first purchase. Get 10% off the entire thing. I think it does include 10% off shipping, but why don't you go out there and try it and tell me. We are DadBodDnd, so if you're listening to us in podcast land, we'd love to have you over here at Twitch. You can find us at twitch.tv/DadBodDnd. If you haven't yet, leave us a rating, leave us a review. Tell us what you think of what we provide to your listening ear orifices. I want to know what we do well, what we don't do well. It would be great. It helps us get better, and it helps us, give you more of what you want. So if you're here on Twitch, you can just drop us a line in chat. We're there. We're here. We love you. We want to hear from you. We have some exciting news coming out. So we will be... I don't even want to say it. I don't want to say it. Not going to say it. We're not going to say it. But stay tuned. We have exciting news for the start of September. There's going to be a lot of upgrades to the team.
Let me upgrade.
Upgrades to the content that we bring you. Start of September. Don't go anywhere. Follow us on Twitter to make sure you find it all. But with all of that said, what do you say we play some D&D?
I'm pro
Let's play some D&D.
I'm pro D&D. I am pro D&D tonight. So what happened last week? Just to kind of summarize the entire thing. Starting from the start. From the very start of Waterdeep Dragon Heist. This might be relevant information. So you guys were tasked by the one and only Volo to find a friend, Raynar Neverember, who is the ex-Lord's son of Waterdeep. Ex-Lord of Waterdeep's son. That's more appropriate. And through certain circumstances, you're tasked to find Floon, which he happened to be with Raynar Neverember. Through those circumstances, you found Raynar, saved him. You found Floon, saved him. And you were granted Troll Skull Manor. And being kind of in high regard as an adventurer, you were offered several jobs. Several things that maybe normal Waterdavians wouldn't be offered. You accepted a job from the Force Grey over at God, why can't I think of it? Vajra from Greystaff. That's it. Dude, I'm losing it tonight. I can't even think of it. Holy shit. Nemi's in the chat. We missed you, Nemi. How you been? It's been years. So you accepted several jobs from the Harpers, found Mert. You were just living about your normal day trying to rehab Troll Skull Manor, and there was an explosion outside your door of a small dwarf, gnomish fellow. That's not the same. We shouldn't say that. It was a small gnome carrying a certain item that was going to be given to you for safekeeping, which Raynar told you later in the story. As we get closer, you find out that item is of high importance, and you are now on the quest to find it. So you've tracked it through the one and only Thrakis, and then through the streets of Waterdeep into a theater where it eluded your grasp, unfortunately. And that's where we left off. As you've left the theater empty-handed, you've found the Nimblewright, but no stone. What would you guys like to do? And I'll remind you, it's about 1 to 2 in the afternoon. It is still blizzarding very heavily, and you have yet to make it back home.
Yeah, I think we were heading up. I think we were heading up that way, right? We got to the last thing I remember doing was I left a plea in Thieves' Cant on a bulletin board asking for the address of Vivette, right at the edge of the trade ward, heading into the north ward. So I think we were heading home, unless we want to go make a trip over and drop off the lifeless Nimble right to Nim.
The Temple of Gond. Yeah, I remember it. The Temple of Gond is like really far away. It's like on the opposite side of the city. Yeah. I do remember that. And my body is broken. I do not have 1 HP. The fact that I am alive right now is nothing short of a miracle. So I would love it if we could continue heading home. Maybe take a little nippy nap.
I am fine heading back up there. We have not been there in a while. Who knows what is going on?
Could we take a short rest? Could you roll, or do you need to do we need to go home?
I am fine with short rest because I get all my slots back. So
if I want to get any of my healing back, I need to take a long rest.
Okay. All right, that's what I was checking. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
We should want to keep heading home.
Yeah, I think that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, so we'll keep pushing north. Is it still like blizzardy? Because during that whole rooftop run, it was getting pretty nasty.
It is getting worse.
Okay.
If that could be a thing.
I do not want to traipse across town with this kind of weather in our faces. Might be good to kind of... I mean, Templeton, you are still bleeding. I mean, we are not looking good.
I mean, I could definitely use some rest. And a fire.
That is a good idea. Yeah, so we'll head back. On the way, I'd like to look for like a liquor store kind of thing. If those things exist. Not a bar, but just a place to go in and grab something and take home.
Fantasy Quickie Mart.
Yeah, and we can fast track that. I don't need to go have an interaction. I just want to pick up something. Some kind of mead.
Yeah, there's like a lot of like taverns in Waterdeep across the board, and you guys are pretty far south in the trade ward, if you remember correctly. So yeah, you can find it pretty easily.
All right. Yeah, I'll just go in and I'll get me like a jug, a tankard of, not a tankard, but like a the hell are they called?
Growler.
Take them. Growler. Yeah. Jeez. I'll just get a growler of like mid-shelf mead or ale, whatever.
Just a couple silver, no issues.
Okay.
So as you walk north through the snow, covered streets at this point, and it's getting to be like it's probably 6 to 9 inches deep at this point of just snow. It's fluffy still because it's that fresh stuff, but it's not easy to walk in for our shorter folks, and in heavy armor it just isn't fun either. So where are we going? Are we heading to the temple, or did you say you're heading back to
home?
Heading back home, yeah.
Home.
I'll give the tiny guys a ride if they want it.
You know it.
I'll walk. Thank you, Templeton.
So as you guys walk north on the high road, you don't see much traffic left. It is very, very dead. Water Davians at this point, Templeton and Valerian, living here long enough through multiple winters, kind of shelter during these days, and they don't do much trade. They don't do much. They may make a trip to like the inn or the tavern just to get a few drinks, but other than that, they don't go out much. They've bought all the food or the bread and milk from the stores just to make sure they could shelter for a few days. But it takes longer than expected, about 2 to 3 hours to make it back, just because it's slow, arduous travel.
Oh, God.
And everybody make a Constitution check, save for the way home.
Oh, dirty 20.
Got a 15.
I got an 8. Sorry, 8. No, 10, sorry.
Oh, sorry. No, that would be a 17 with the modifier. Yes.
I had a 9 with disadvantage.
Oh, you're still exhausted. Yeah, we need to go.
Yes, I need to go home.
Yeah.
I'm so tired.
Okay. Jax, your toes start to just go numb. Just in your face, the cheeks that are exposed to the wind and the snow are just on fire because of the cold. Just it hurts so bad. But nothing happens yet. So you make it all the way back to Troll Skull Alley, and you do find a nice surprise. So you guys have been away the entire day, but all of your Templeton-sized holes have been rudimentally covered. They haven't been fully dressed in. You can see that they started work. They did a pretty good job, and you have what's make of a first floor of your house with no issues.
Okay, as we're walking up and seeing that happen, I'll kind of grab Templeton's cheeks a little bit and give him a little squeeze. You see that, buddy? He does. Valerian doesn't speak like that. Do you see that, buddy? It is getting it is looking nice. It's getting fixed up.
Yeah, I can't wait till we can actually open and serve people. That'll be wonderful.
It's going to be soon. We just got to make sure we don't put any new holes in there in the meantime.
Well, hopefully no cultist people with daggers and spells come to our house again.
That is the best case scenario. We will work hard to make sure that doesn't happen.
It's probably smart. Okay. What do you guys want to do for the night? Or for however long you're staying here? I shouldn't assume.
I'm going to immediately go sit by a fire and start one if necessary and try and warm up my cold face and toes.
Also smart.
I will get 2 of the tankards that we had delivered, and I will fill 2 of them up with the mead that I just purchased, and I will set one in Jackson's lap as he is sitting in front of the fire. This will help warm you up. It works faster than fire.
I'll take a sip and then I will say, what doesn't this stuff help with?
It cures all your pains and
I'll
troubles.
have your last one of them.
Parenting 101. Yeah,
You're not my parent.
you get warm.
Oh, it's working.
I'm going Alesta, with no flair, no anything, is going to just plop face first down on the sofa and probably immediately go to sleep or stop moving.
I would probably go see if we had something to munch on, like some bread and whatever else I can find down there, and make a plate and come back upstairs and eat it at the bar by the fire.
So it's 5, 6 at this point in the evening.
Yeah, I'll just hang downstairs until it's time to kind of go to bed.
Okay.
Drinking and eating whatever Templeton brought up. Maybe ring the bell, see if how Lif is doing. Yeah, that's it.
He's excited. He's busy working, cleaning up some of the mess that the construction guys left. Not bad mess, just maybe a screw here or there, some wood shavings. But I assume the plan is to long rest into the wee hours of the morning.
Definitely.
Okay. So, I mean, there's a chance to RP if you guys want. If not, we could just fast forward right to morning.
No, I have some stuff I need to do.
I imagine that right after I finished that glass, maybe even a little bit before, I just fell over and just fell the hell asleep. I'm just curled up in front of the fire, on the floor, uncomfortable as all hell, passed out.
So are you
Alesta
staying
and
downstairs?
Jackson are...
Not by choice. My exhaustion is definitely...
Okay.
Yeah, Alesta and Jackson are having a little sleepover. She's also right in that area, asleep. And she's dead to the world. She's very tired. She's been through a lot.
Okay.
I'm sleeping upstairs.
So
and if you're not, or do you think we should? I think we should go to bed. Are you going to bed, or are you staying up?
Yes, I am, and I'll go get like an ash bucket or something, and I'll get some of the coals from the fire. I will take these upstairs, and we will get a fire going in our room, so it'll be warm in there too.
Okay.
But yes, I am going to bed.
All right. Yeah, I will go upstairs with Val. Get my blankets and sleep on the floor.
Okay.
By the fire, like as close to the fire as I can get.
Okay.
Without burning myself.
Yeah, I'll dump the coals I got and get a little fire going. Yes, and then I will get ready to climb into bed.
So Valerian, I mean, if nobody else has any RP, go ahead.
Well,
At the moment.
As I lay down on my bed and my head hits my pillow, there is something underneath my pillow that is like poking my head, and I reach behind and take it out, and it is my wife's journal that has been placed under there, and when I see it, it should not be here. I've not seen this in a couple of years, and it is there, and I open it up, and as I open it up, two flowers fall out from the inside page. There is a pressed flower, two pressed flowers. One is a lily, and one is an iris. Those are the flowers that represent my wife and my daughter. And I start to open the page, and as I do, I see my wife's on the opening page. It has her handwriting, but it starts to glow in this red arcane kind of magic. Starts to glow and erase, and then inside on that page is now written all of my spells and how to cast them and everything. And as I turn the next page, the writing starts to go away, and I catch just a glimpse of it. One of the words, and it was talking about me. She was writing about me as a husband, and how good of a husband that I was. And as I see that there and start to fade away into this now kind of underdark. What's the language of a demon?
Undercommon,
Or
I think.
a fiend.
No,
Undercommon.
abyssal.
Abyssal.
Infernal is devil. Abyssal is demon. Infernal.
Yeah, one of those. But it goes from this common into this now undercommon or abyssal, and it kind of breaks me. I see it fading away, and I don't want to turn any more pages, and I close it real quick, and I stuff it back under the pillow, and I lay my head down, and I roll to the wall, and I look at the wall, away from Templeton. But that is all that I had.
Okay.
That was so good.
I'm sorry.
I'm just over here crying.
I'm sorry.
That was great.
And through the night, Valerian, dreams creep back of days with your wife and your daughter. Happier days, probably. And you wake up in the morning with almost that, not regret, but that feeling that what you had, you now remember is gone. It was like in that dream, it was this thing that you hadn't had in years, but then in the morning you wake up and you know that feeling, and you know it's not real.
Is the book there?
Yeah, it's under my pillow right now, but I slept on it.
Okay, sorry.
But I imagine if I wake up and I see Templeton still in there, are you awake? Like if we've gone our full 8 hours?
I think I'm probably still asleep.
Okay.
It would take me a while probably to wake up this morning, unless
All
somebody
right.
wakes me up.
Yeah, I will get dressed and put it in my coat pocket, and I will let Templeton sleep. And I will. First thing I want to do is go into the turret part of my room and look out on in the alley in front of our house and just kind of get a lay of the land as it stopped snowing. Anything change that way? Negative. It is still. Yes, it is still hot. Not hot. It's still cold. And wishful thinking on Val's part. It is still freezing out there. And I'll head back down to the main level and check on Jackson and Alesta.
Okay. And as you get a better peek outside, you realize that it's been snowing all night. And there's about a good foot of snow on the ground. Any tracks that were once there have been covered up through the night. And you just see this powder, perfect, undisturbed snow. So about what time are you waking up? Because if you're going 8 hours, it's going to be about 2 or 3 in the morning. Or are you going more closer to like morning hours?
Oh, I figured I stayed up until like 8 or 9 at night.
Okay.
And then went to bed.
Okay. Yeah, so then it'll be more like morning hours. Alesta, Jackson, you guys passed out pretty early. Jackson, you can remove your point of exhaustion.
Woohoo!
Are you two sleeping more than 8 hours, or are you getting up 2 or 3 in the morning?
I am probably sleeping a little bit longer. I was so exhausted. There's no way I was getting up that easily.
I'm going to say that Alesta sleeps until 4.
I'll put mine until about 5:30.
Okay. So, Alesta, you wake up, and it is dead quiet in the house. And you look outside, snow's still coming down. With the newly formed walls, the actual heat is kind of staying inside, so the house is nice and toasty. What do you want to do for that hour before anybody gets up?
I want to look outside, and of course I see that it's super snowy. Like, there's just tons of, like, snowed in kind of weather. Is that right?
No. You can still make it out. Looking out at 4 in the morning, you don't see anybody. There's no tracks. There's no fresh, you can tell nobody's been up this early yet on a day like this. But it's enough that you guys could traverse it if you want.
Okay. So Alesta looks out at the cold and the snow and feels a lot of fear for how cold it is and how bad the weather is getting. So she's going to go down into the food stores and check to see if they have enough food for the absolute worst. She wants to check and see if they actually have, things in case you can't leave forever.
Bread and milk and eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah, meats, salted meats, those kinds of things.
Yeah, no, you
Survival
guys, your
things.
pantry's pretty well stocked.
Okay. Yeah, she's, even seeing that, it puts her a little bit at ease, but she still feels very, very restless. So she's going to go around the house, and anything that can be easily fixed, she's going to begin fixing it.
Okay, I like it. And then 5 o'clock rolls around. Jackson, you come to. You see Alesta hard at work. Did a little last minute touches on some of the construction part that the guys were doing earlier. What do you want to do?
I am going to probably stumble my way to the kitchen and see if I can find me something to eat, of some kind of eggs, or hell, even some water pancake.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's nothing ready-made unless you want to chew on like a piece of jerky. But you can make something.
Yeah, I'll make myself some
pancakes.
Some pancakes. Yep.
Okay. So Valerian, you wake up, you stumble downstairs, you see Alesta hard at work, sleeves rolled up, ready to go, and then Jackson in there cooking himself a pile of pancakes. What do you want to do?
Yeah, actually, you would see Alesta for the first time without her heavy armor. So what she's wearing beneath is just like this really plain, humble linen shirt. And all of the armor that she usually wears is gone, set to the side while she works, but she still continues to wear the mask. That has not changed. And I'm going to retcon just a little bit. She also stoked the fires. Like, I'm just going to retcon that, but she would have done that. Does that sound good?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll come down the stairs. You guys are up early. Jackson, you're making... What are you making?
I'm trying to make some pancakes. I don't know if they'll be very good. I don't cook often, but I
give
need
it
food.
Give it your best shot. This will be good. There's not much in there. And Alesta, what are you doing? We are paying people to do this. They are coming back. I hope.
Well, they're not here right now, and the cold is here. Well, it's better to take care of this now before the worst happens.
I mean, I'm not going to argue, but I do have to say this is shocking coming from you. You did not seem to care about this place a few days ago. You were not impressed with it, or even the fact that it was in our possession.
Not in my possession. That's what I don't like about it. Not the fact that it's an actual house. And while she's talking to you, she's still working. But it has utility, of course. It provides shelter. And if we want this to be a sustainable shelter, then this needs to be taken care of. Right away.
Right away. I will not argue with you. And
she seems a little frantic, like a little weird.
Okay.
Yeah, a little on edge.
Are you like standing working on things? Are you like down in the corner? How?
I don't know, Bob. What kind of work am I doing?
Whatever you want. I mean, whatever you could think of. I mean, so what is left to do? There's a lot, clearly. I'm
gonna say like insulating, like entirely like wall-based,
okay. Like
insulating shit. So yeah, you can say that she's standing and probably has like a hammer or something. I don't know what people use when they build things.
Yeah, I install all my insulation with hammers.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah. Well, guys, it was really great being on this stream.
This is home improvement now. When you get to a spot where you're kind of maybe like under a window and working, I want to come over and put my hand on your shoulder, and I do appreciate what you are doing, but I do think that we need to have a serious talk, not about homes.
All right, that's fine. I'm listening. You can talk.
Well, can you stop? And I imagine you're still like working, and I'll kind of like grab your hands and can you stop and look at me? And
she looks frazzled in a way that you haven't seen Alesta. Like she has a hard time not focusing on fixing this problem that she perceives. But she eventually like looks you in the eye and kind of a little bit impatiently is like, okay, what do you need?
Yes, okay. One problem at a time. And right now I am the problem. And I'll look over my shoulder. I want to make sure Jax is.
I'm busy trying to mix the ingredients. I don't know how well. Not great, but not like. It's not going to be a slush. I want it to be able to turn into something.
Are you mixing it with a hammer?
Running.
This is hand.
I like the hand better than the hammer.
That's your only weapon that works.
So yeah.
Oh no!
That's a low shot.
Ooh.
Ow.
So yeah, I am busy. I am focused, trying to make this the best that I can be. So I'm probably not paying attention. Maybe I can hear talking, but I'm not paying attention to what it is.
Okay. So I will kind of like focus Alesta. The other night at the Grahans, I told you that I am possessed by a demon, and I thought you were too. I need you to help me understand what is happening to me. And I will remove the bracers on my arm and show her the marks. I will take out the book. I found this book sitting in my under my pillow. There is no possible way that this book should be here, but it is here. The first 2 pages it is in a language that I don't quite understand, but I was able to read it. And all these new these abilities are new. I don't know where they came from. I have not done anything. But you kind of have the same kind of things. So just how did you get what you have? And do you know anything about what I have?
I think we're talking. Should I do how much would I know about warlocks? Like, I would assume, given kind of the background and like how warlocks and paladins are sometimes put.
I would say probably do a religion check.
Okay.
Okay.
It's an 18.
You get the idea of almost like the opposite force is guiding a warlock.
And that would probably follow with what I was taught in Paladin school.
Yeah, Paladin school. 101.
Also known as church.
No, I like Paladin school way better.
No. Put on your Paladin school best, kids. I think that we have very different things happening here, but here, let's sit down. I can see that you're uncomfortable. And she's now, like, over the course of like you starting to tell her the problem, she's solely focused on you now. So
and I'll go into, like, if we are fast tracking some of this conversation, I'll go in and talk about the visions I've had and the fear trap from earlier in the campaign, some of those things that have happened that have kind of built up to this, and now me having this book with this writing, it is almost like a guidebook, right?
It could be many things. To answer your question as to how I got my powers, before I followed Tyr for a long time, the god Tyr, the god of justice, and I was with him for a long time. I made my oaths when I was young, and then I lost my oaths, and I lost my magic with them. But I pledged myself to Ilmater less than a year ago, and the way that I did that was through meditation and prayer, and becoming almost a avatar, I guess, for what he strives to be, which is the god on the rack, the one who suffers so that others do not have to. And I took oaths that I must hold and must follow. If I do not follow those oaths, then I do not have my powers. I have a feeling, though.
I have not taken any oaths, or I do not bend my knee to any god or anybody.
My concern is there is a long history of paladins, and are you familiar with warlocks?
No, I was a simple thief before this. I do not know any of this other than sometimes I feel like my hand is guided and it is doing things, and I am saying things that I have no idea. And then I find this book. I don't have an answer. But does that mean I worship? I am now betrothed to a god?
Not necessarily. Actually, probably not. It's a very different there's a long history of paladins and warlocks being at war with one another, and that's because they are very opposite in the way that their magic comes to be and what their magic compels them to do. Paladins must seek out and hold up oaths, whereas a warlock enters a pact, almost a deal with a usually demon or some sort of otherworldly creature. There are stories of people who unintentionally have agreed to those sorts of pacts, and the terms are different depending on who the patron is. I don't know, Val.
I do not. I remained, as much of my life, I remained neutral on these things because I would not have been able to do the things that I did if I was one way or the other. So I tried to remain neutral, and there was. I only remember one time I truly begged for something, and that was a long time ago. I don't know why it's all happening now.
How long ago?
I was probably like 4 or 5 years ago. I mean, it was before I met Templeton.
Did you get what you begged for? At least in the literal sense?
There is no possible way that I can get what I begged for. I do not know how it happened. It can never happen, but I begged anyways.
I mean, the tricky thing about deals is that it doesn't have to be in this very moment and it happens the next day. Like, there is some really great bookkeeping in Demon Land because they can keep track of deals and then call on them like they are like tax collectors, basically. But I don't know. When did you begin hearing? Yeah, you said visions. When did you begin receiving these visions?
It kind of coincided with this new embarking on this new adventure with everybody here. But I've always had, I guess, I do not want to call them nightmares but they are nightmares.
What are they of?
They are of something I lost a long time ago, and I will open up the book to the very next page that is not written in the abyssal, and I will put it in your lap. This is my wife's journal, and that is who I lost was my wife, and I cannot call it a moment of weakness because I was sitting there and I begged for her to come back, and that was the moment that I think we are narrowing this down to, is when I begged for to be maybe trade spots with her, or at least, but at the very most to have her back with me.
Do you remember the exact wording of your...
Dang, I got to dig deep in my backstory here. I just remember saying that I mean, going back to, I told you I was neutral on the idea of gods, and maybe that was the one moment that I left that position, and I said I would do anything or give up anything to reverse what had happened, and I just remember sleeping impossibly well that night. Like, almost like my wife had just died. There was no possible way I was going to sleep, but it happened. And when I woke up, I had the outlines of this on my wrists.
I mean, that makes me think that it was that night that you made that deal. That's the only thing that would make sense to me. I'm sorry, Val, that this is happening, and that this makes it so that it is hard to put your wife to truly to rest.
Does this mean that maybe things are starting to turn around and maybe I get my wife back? Like, have you heard of that ever happening? Like,
I have heard of things like that happening, but not in the way that people want them to. An example, a cautionary tale, a man who wants his daughter back so dramatically that he begs for assistance. And there is a demon that appears to him, and the demon says, "What are you willing to give me?" And the man says his entire soul for his daughter to come back. And the demon asks, "What do you mean for her to come back?" And he said, "I want my daughter to be standing in front of me, breathing and smiling." And so his daughter was brought back, breathing, with an eternal smile from where she had decomposed. And then life had been bound to her so much that she could not pass. And it is a tragic tale. And there are things like that can happen, where deals are taken literally. Sometimes it's almost kind of a joke to some. Others, it is an actual business transaction. But demons, just like us, have personalities and motivations. It could be, but I don't know if I would, in good faith, believe that your wife will return in the way that you meant when you asked for her to come back.
But you cannot say that for sure.
I cannot.
Okay, then
You're
there's... Okay. I think you are answering a lot of the questions that I had, and I would maybe appreciate not telling this to the others, especially Templeton. I don't know if he can understand or be able to handle what is happening.
You have my word, Val. This is your story. This is your secret.
Okay.
It will not leave my lips. I do, really quick, I want to see, do you mind if I cast detect magic on this journal, on the journal?
I do. Yeah. That doesn't destroy it, does it?
I would hope not. No, I wouldn't think that it would.
Okay.
I've never had anything like that happen. It usually just tells me,
Okay.
Yeah, it's magic, and then the school or something, if any.
Okay. Yeah. And I will place it on the floor in front of us.
Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cast Detect Magic.
Okay. I do want to ask, Jackson, what are you doing during this whole conversation?
He's making pancakes, Bob.
He's got stacks.
I would imagine that I went on when this started. I was kind of, and then started to actually cook them in a pan. Probably stirring up the first few, leaving them on too long, and just tossing them out. Maybe getting 4 or 5 out of it at least.
Are you purposefully trying to ignore the conversation? Or are you listening?
I'm not trying to eavesdrop, but I think by the time I'm getting the rhythm of getting them cooked properly, I'm starting to pick up on a few words. I'm not going to do anything with that information right now. But I am trying, thinking back to when Val had told me about the fire that he was able to do that one time.
Yeah, so detect magic. It is magical.
Whoa! Blow me away, Bob! But I'm more specifically wanting to see if there's a class attached to it or any additional sort of information that I might be able to glean.
I'm looking up. I'll read what it says for Pact of the Tome. Your patron gives you a grimoire called the Book of Shadows. When you gain this feature, you choose cantrips, blah, blah, blah. While this book is on your person, you can cast those cantrips at will. They don't count against your thing. They're warlock spells to me. If you lose your Book of Shadows, you can perform a 1-hour ceremony to receive a replacement from your patron. The ceremony can be performed during a short or long rest, and it destroys the previous book. The book turns to ash when you die. It doesn't say what school of magic.
Can I just learn all of that?
Yeah, well, not all of it.
Just like a rolling screen of information.
No, I almost want to say it's almost like conjuration.
Okay.
I think that would be fair. It's not illusion because it's there and it's real. I would probably say it falls in the school of conjuration.
Okay.
But you don't learn everything that was said.
Sure. And I want to flip to one of the pages that has the old writing on it. Are those pages also enchanted?
Yeah, so that would be like the first two, and they have like glowing red writing that kind of emanates off the page.
I meant right. No, it's okay. I meant like your wife's writing, because you saw that there were some pages that like she had written in.
I would say no, they're not yet until I get new. My theory, my flavor for this was as I get new spells, my wife's words erase and are replaced with the words of the patron. So not until I get new spells.
I would say the whole book is though.
Okay.
But you like. You know what I mean?
The cover to cover, like the cover and
right?
the first two pages, and then the binding.
I mean, if you want to dissect the whole thing, the only thing that's not is the glue that's used to bind it all together. That's real as AF.
So yeah, the whole thing is magical. Let's do that.
Okay, sure. And then this is not part of the spell. I want to look at the handwriting of his wife and then the handwriting of, I know that it's written in a different language, but of the spells. Are they similar?
I'll let you answer that one, Chris.
Okay, I was going to say, I don't know how much control you want over my patron, but I think they're different.
Okay.
I was going to say, yeah. I feel they would be different.
Okay.
I mean, meta knowledge is when I saw her handwriting being erased, it was clearly different with the new writing. So
that's fair.
Okay. Neat. That did not tell me much except that this is a book that is bound by conjuration magic. I would say that if you wanted more concrete answers, seek out a conjuration expert.
So you're telling me this is not my wife's real journal? This is a made-up copy facsimile of her journal?
I am not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure. It could be the original that is magically inclined. It could be one that was, copy pasted. I'm not sure.
Okay. Okay, I think that is all I needed, but okay, and I will grab the book and I will get down do we move to the bar, or are we just kind of like in a...
I think we are, like, because we weren't going closer to Jack's because you wanted to keep it a little bit on the hush-hush. So probably just...
Very seance-y.
Yeah.
Okay. I will grab the book. I'll grab the book, I'll put it away. Thank you, and I will turn around and walk towards Jackson.
If there's anything else that happens, you can always come to me and talk about it.
Well, I will let you know when it does. But okay.
Sounds good.
I can
Good
do
work,
that.
Team. And then she turns around and she continues.
I was gonna say, I'll kind of point to a spot. Over there by the window needs a little bit more of the stuffing.
Perfect.
And I'll turn around.
Good catch. All right, and I get back to work.
Templeton, what are you doing at this point? It's probably 7-ish.
I think I'm probably just walking down the stairs. Like, good morning. What's for breakfast? And seeing Jax has pancakes. Did you say there were 2 that were kind of burnt?
There were a couple. I don't know. I would say probably even more than 2, somewhere like closer to 5 at least, as I was trying to figure out how the timing.
Took a couple rounds.
Where did you place those test runs?
I kind of threw them off to the side on like a counter or something. I don't know if they quite made it into the trash can.
Yeah, so I just see them sitting on the counter and walk over and start munching on them. And like get like like midway through chewing the first bite, like pausing and like, it's fine, and just finish eating it.
Hopefully those were pretty good. Those were way over.
With my mouth full, I'll be like, I've had worse. Keep munching on them.
That's good. And did you guys say you guys were headed over to us, Val and Alessa?
Yeah, I'm coming over for sure, and I will grab a seat at the bar and I will partake. Jackson, did you mean to give all the burnt ones to Templeton?
I didn't mean to. He just kind of walked and took them up. They were my first ones.
Well,
would you like some? Not the burned ones, but better ones.
Yeah, the non-burned kind would be preferred.
I'll make you a few. I've got some batter left.
I would hope so, because this whole stack is burnt.
So at this time,
that's kind of why I only have a little.
You hear a knock on the front door.
This is such a great sign around here.
It's so good.
Should I rage now or wait?
That can only
I think
mean...
if you raged right now and put another hole in the wall, Alessa would freak out.
That's fair.
There's no coming back.
This means one of a few things. It is city guard. It is an orc man. It is somebody else who wants to kill us. Somebody with a fireball. But it is probably not Mert. It is not anybody. It is not Volo. It is not anybody that we want to see.
And you hear, at this point, you hear the door open.
Rude!
Excuse me.
By the way, Bob, this is like side. Did we get the door with the 4 different like height
handles?
People.
No, peepholes.
Oh no, yeah, totally
yet?
did. Yep.
We did? Oh, perfect.
Max security around here. We can all.
You have max security, but you don't have any locks. Oddly enough, you have the peepholes, but no locks. So yeah.
Excuse me.
And as she walks in, she is. How do we want to describe this? So she's very tall. She very slender face, very slender figure. She has the elven features, and she's, all you can see from the hood that she's wearing. And she walks in. She's like, I do apologize for this. This isn't normal for me to just barge in, but I do believe time is of the essence. You are looking for the stone, correct? And we don't need to say much more regarding it. But I have its whereabouts.
Oh, okay. Well, let's start at the beginning. Who are you?
I am. I don't really.
Would you mind removing your hood? You are
so
inside now.
she pulls open her cloak a little bit, and on like the upper portion of the like breast area, it is a pin of the Harpers. So you've seen this before, and then she quickly covers back up.
Did Mert send you?
Names aren't important, so I do apologize. But I have the whereabouts of who has it. He is on his way to...
Well, is that name important?
Yes, it is important.
Good.
Mine is not. I mean, you never know what yours are about, right?
True. I mean,
because I'm here and I've heard everything you've talked about. But I do want to just let you know that this is, we need to go now to get this. I think this is our one shot.
Can I see any of her like facial expressions?
Yeah, no. As she comes in, she takes the hood off. Sorry, and
okay. Can I?
You can roll an insight.
Can I get a look at? Yeah, I'd like to, but I'd also like to just check the legitimacy of the Harper pin as she shows it. Like, I dropped my dice.
I mean, it's a quick flash, like, you know, a cop would do, like, you know, just real quick.
That's a 13 on the inside.
Yeah, you get, for the most part, she's urgent in what she says, and seems to be forthright with you.
Templeton, they don't give those badges to anybody. I'll kind of aside to Templeton that, okay, so you know where this is at. Is it close? Do we need to get
well, how about
our jackets?
I have a carriage waiting. It's near the dock ward, so it's Mist Shore. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it. Templeton and Val, you guys might be, if you want to roll a history check for me.
Say heard of it, yeah, but I'll give you.
You said in the dock ward?
Near the dock ward.
I don't think we've got down there much.
Yeah.
I don't think Templeton would have rolled.
I rolled an 8, but yeah.
Okay. But
Okay,
Agorn has this stone, and I don't know. He's on his way there now. My spies have told me that he does have, seems to be family in the area that he makes a weekly visit to, and he's on his way there now.
Okay. I mean, you're not Istrid by any chance, because we were supposed to meet her today. Okay, but that is neither here nor there. So we need to go and beat feet right now and stop this Agorn.
Yeah, my name is actually Ramalia. I don't like saying it too often. But I do have a carriage waiting for you. I don't have anybody in that area right now, and you know, Mert has told me you guys are close on this trail.
So you do know Mert, okay. Okay, I mean, Jackson, are you almost done? Templeton, are you ready?
I'll take the last pancake and like shove it in my mouth. The whole thing.
Alesta watches as the last pancake is taken from where she's sitting on the floor, and she's just like, oh no. Going without breakfast?
Going home. I need to go up and get my jacket, and I will be ready.
Okay, so I imagine it's big news down there when he does arrive. He's the Miss Shore local, but find his family's house and find him. He has it.
It is Shore House?
Mist Shore.
Mist Shore House.
I mean, is this a dangerous man? Should we bring, like, our daggers with us?
Well, have many Zentarum been dangerous to you?
Oh, he is Zentarum. Yes, those... So we will shoot first and ask questions later kind of thing, yeah.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of innocence, so I wouldn't...
Well, if they are wearing a snake, they are not innocent.
But his family might be innocent.
Okay. True. Okay, well, we will do the best that we can. I cannot guarantee that we can save everybody, but we will try. And I'll head upstairs and grab my jacket and come back down.
Okay. Okay. What is everybody else doing?
I'm gonna go grab some rations, just like jerky, that kind of stuff, and I'm gonna eat some salted jerky for breakfast, but then take some along with me.
Why did I think you didn't eat food? Alyssa didn't eat food.
Because she never eats. She has not eaten in like
That
3 days, and I realized this. That she doesn't eat so much that she hasn't eaten in 3 days, and I'm like, Bob's gonna catch on at some point, and I'm gonna experience some sort of a penalty for this. But no, she does eat.
Okay.
She's
Really
just
noted.
stubborn.
I imagine you eat your saltine crackers when nobody's watching. Whatever you allow yourself, the palest, boringest food in the world.
Like, okay, you know, like Brooklyn Nine-Nine when Holt is like, my perfect shake is perfect food is a flavorless shake with all of the nutrients I need in one meal. That's Alesta.
That's Alesta.
Okay, but can we, like, right now off the cuff, can we make this like a thing where Alesta eats like a snake does, in the sense that she eats a lot and it slowly metabolizes?
And like it just leaves this bulge in your neck.
Can we say that Alesta can like
Swallow a
dislocate her
deer?
jaw?
Well, that might be.
Like unhinge it? Like a snake?
I mean, you could. Nobody's seen your face yet.
That's true. It might just be constantly unhinged.
I imagine Alessa sneaks out in the middle of the night and finds deer and just swallows them
swallows
whole.
them. The next day, she's just deer-shaped. No one knows why.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, okay. So we're good with the eat once a lot, slow metabolize kind of thing.
Yeah, I like them.
I like that too. Okay, cool. Thank you.
All right, so waiting outside is a wagon, and Romalia says, "I will send aid if I can, but I suggest you guys just go. Don't make any stops, and hopefully we'll catch him."
Yep.
Okay.
Let's do
The
it.
job is clear.
And I'll clean
what
up
does
here.
this? Before you go, what does this man look like? I mean, other than being Zentarum.
I don't know if I have a description. Let me find it. She looks through her notes real quick. Yeah, no description. But I think you'll be able to spot somebody who's not living currently in this area, if that makes sense.
So he is not from here. He is from here, but he does not currently live here. He's going back and visiting his parents. Okay.
You got it.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, as you guys head into the carriage. So you head the high road. This is pretty much the normal road. It is very, very cold, and the snow is still coming down. So you can't see too far ahead of you. You see 1 or 2 tracks on the high road, not too many, and the driver is trying to stay there in those tracks as best as possible and not try and deviate out of them, because it becomes harder and slower. But you are going slow, and then there's a point where you hit you turn down Waterdeep Way, which I'll ping for everybody, is right there. You turn down Waterdeep Way, and then you seem to go off-road, so the roads are no longer like this nice, cobblestone. It becomes this rocky, even though you could feel the bumps in the snow. And so as you turn down here, you head by Castle Waterdeep, which you've only heard about. None of you have ever been in there. And then you continue down past the mountain where you met the old crazy up there. And then you get to the point where you're down into almost the ocean is the word I'm searching for. But it's hard to tell, because as you look out into the ocean, you see it just snow keeps going, but there's no objects in the way. There's no trees. There's nothing. It just turns into this wide open array of snow. And we will be moving to a new battle map. So before you guys actually make it to Mist Shore, so the carriage is going to stop up here. And as you guys get closer, the scene you see is again extremely impoverished. This is a little bit different than the Field Ward, whereas those were like complete houses. Up here, you just see burned. So there was a huge fire. And I would say Templeton and Val, you know of this fire. It happened at roughly a year ago. Almost as if maybe somebody was burning inside a house that they shouldn't have, and then it just kind of spread through the other shanties. And so there's no real rooftops here. Anything that's here is like converted ship parts, converted wrecked ships, and then like the roofs are sails. So like old ship sails. And then there are parts where you see like these moored ships that it's like just half, and it's sunk into the ground, and you see people. You see blazes in them. You see little fires. You see smoke kind of coming out of the windows. But as you look past these ships, again, open expanse of just snow-covered ice. And then as you guys enter, you do see that there are 3 little kids, in their little tattered robes out there. And they're throwing snowballs at each other as you enter from this north side. So that is where you will be placing your tokens.
Okay. Hey, I will. Hey, kids.
Oh, hey.
Hey, come here. Do you guys do you live around here?
What's your armor?
My armor is so freaking high. It's 14.
And you see where the kids just chuck a snowball at you.
No.
And I rolled a 17, so it does hit you.
Can I try and like catch it or swat it?
Yeah, you could. Make a dex save.
That is an 18.
Yeah, okay. You just, as it nears Valerian, you just kind of come out and swat it, and they kind of like.
Do you want a life lesson? Okay, I'll give you one for free.
Hey, can you show me your swords?
In a minute. Do you want a life lesson or not? I'm trying to give you knowledge.
Hey,
Alesta is going to make a snowball and chuck it at the back of Val's head.
Why am I getting picked on?
I don't know. It's a fun thing to do.
Not right now. I will tell you, kids. Life lesson: always keep somebody bigger that has your back. Right? That is how you survive.
Wow. What other lessons could you teach us?
Well, I gave you one. Now you have to give me something. And then
I'm sorry, sir, but we just don't.
No.
We don't have anything.
Do you guys? I just want to know a few things. Do you guys live around here? You are from here? Yeah. Okay. I'm getting Chewinga flashbacks with just you nodding. Hey. We are looking for somebody who may have come back to visit. He moved rather quickly through here, visiting a family. Do you know of any of that?
Oh.
You give me that information, and my friend Templeton has something he will give you.
Oh, yeah, I do know that.
I will pull out my paper bag and open up a piece of candy, like annoyingly loud, like slowly, and take it out and put it in my mouth.
See? He has more of that.
Oh, I mean, yeah, we know where they're at.
Yeah? Well, point in the direction and you will each get a piece of candy.
You see one kind of turn away from you and turns his back to you and approaches. So it's one male and then 2 females. And so the male turns his back and he starts doing something with his hands.
Hey.
While he's doing that, I'm leaning over to Val and I'm like, Val, I don't think I want to normalize strangers offering these children candy in exchange for favors.
Okay, it is not going to go very much further. We just need some information. That's all we are doing.
Okay. But still, like, it's a little weird.
This is a family show.
I agree, but how
No,
else are
I'm
we
not.
going?
I am not like going in a sexual way here. I'm just like, hey, kids, don't.
Okay, clearly nobody was.
Oh, okay. I don't know. You said family show, so it made me think that was like. That's
I think,
okay.
I think that's off the table.
Yeah, no, you said it was a family show, and so I thought that's where you were going with it.
I'm dead.
But like,
Fine.
Alesta, here.
Sorry.
How many kids have you been around?
A lot.
Really?
Yeah.
They always have their ear to the ground. They know more than the adults. I'm
I
just
know.
trying to get information. We don't have to give them candy. We can. What do you have? Do you have something you want to give them instead of candy?
How about this? Here. Hey kids. So taking candies from strangers is bad,
So
but
be good.
how about I challenge you to a snowball fight, and whoever wins gets to ask the other question,
And then you see
and they have to answer truthfully.
you see the male turn to the other one and do the same thing with his hands. You see the other two kind of,
What are you doing with your hands?
He's making a snowball.
and then they turn back and go, we'd actually prefer the candy.
See,
Yes.
you've been
Or if you have money, we'll go buy our own. I mean,
okay.
I almost prefer the money in the weird way, because then that's enterprise.
Okay, I will take out a handful of copper. You point in the direction of this man that you said. I will take out a handful of silver. You point in the direction. This is all I have. How much do you realize how much candy you can get for 2 pieces of silver? I will give you each 2 pieces of silver.
and he
You
goes,
can buy out the candy store.
do you know how much information you can get for 2 pieces of gold?
Why don't you just point to the direction?
I will pull out 3 pieces of gold and start like weighing it, flipping it in my hand. Information. You were saying?
Half, 1 piece of gold now, and then I give you the information. Then you give me the other 2.
Deal.
This is fine.
I will flip him. I will flip him 1 piece of gold. Actually, which one's talking?
The boy.
You said it's a boy. It's a boy and 2 girls.
Yep.
Okay, so I will flip one to one of the girls.
And they're kind of the one you flipped it to. Actually, let me. Okay, the one you flipped it to is not really paying attention, and it kind of hits them, and then it falls into the snow. And the boy's like, and he turns around and makes some hand gestures, and then both of the 2 girls and the boy kind of slink around looking for it. After about a couple 15-30 seconds of just searching through the snow, they find it, and they're like, and so the girl tucks it into her pocket, and the boy's like, so who are you looking for?
You are asking new questions before you have answered the old question. I gave you a general description, and you guys said that yes, you know. I just need you to point in the direction.
I mean, well, a lot of people come through here, and I just want to make sure I'm sure. I don't want to give you the wrong information.
This was a man. He may have been carrying a package. He was probably in a hurry. His parents live here.
So, okay. So the only person that came through here was in a caravan, much like yours. And they went this way, and so he does point to the south, in this direction here, and he went into one of the houses down there.
Which one? Do you know which one?
I didn't see exactly which one, but it was on It was on the south side of the street.
Here, I will take out a gold piece and I will hold it out. Which one?
I don't know. I didn't see which one.
I will put the gold piece back in my pocket. Okay. Okay, so he went down this alley back here. Okay.
The other members of the caravan, what did they look like?
It was
How many?
It was just him.
You said that he came in a caravan just like ours.
And
Yeah.
did the caravan leave?
No, it's still parked down there. He drove it,
Okay,
which is weird
okay.
because normally when you rich folks come through here, you have your own drivers like you guys did.
Wait, we have our own driver?
Yeah, you had a driver.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
person
took
that
we took
came to-
Ramalia's. Yeah, we took Ramalia's carriage. Right?
Yeah, but Ramalia did not go with you.
She's not with us.
Oh, she's fucking up her house right now.
She said she was staying clean up. I said that.
Undo the insulation that I did.
This is all installed wrong.
This is all wrong. This is all
not the
wrong.
code. It's not the code. Not the code.
She actually slaps you with a do not, proceed until you get proper permits.
Where are the smoke detectors?
An
Where are the
eviction
smoke
notice.
detectors?
Okay.
But yeah, he's like, normally people, you rich folk come down here with a driver or multiple people. I mean, clearly you adventurers and, the other two are kind of like, you guys are out of the caravan now and kind of walking, right? The other two are kind of like peering at Jax's crossbow, and they're like, and they're gonna tap you, Jax, and point to the crossbow.
While they're doing that, can I stealthily make a snowball?
Yeah, give me a sleight of hand.
Alright.
You gonna throw a snowball at these kids? What a jerk!
He's throwing
so
it
I
at
ju-
someone.
I just
That's
want to check.
An 11 total.
Okay, go ahead, Devin.
I just want to check something real quick. You said that the boy said that he parked his wagon.
Yes.
Is that's can't? Okay, I just wanted to make sure that was what was said.
So
Okay.
look for the wagon.
So can I jump in before you throw your snowball?
I'm just making
Okay,
it.
you just
snowball.
make it.
With an 11 sleight of hand, you kind of get a crunch, like with the snow compacting a little bit. But the two girls do want to see your crossbow, Jax.
Did you have anything you wanted to interject in there before Templeton? Because you were going to say something before he threw the snowball. I want to make sure you weren't forgot.
No, we'll jump to the crossbow.
Okay. So you said they just tapped it?
And well, they tapped you like on the shoulder, and then like were pointing to your crossbow. They didn't touch it yet.
So I'll just grab it from my holster and just say, "This. What about it?" I'll load it up with a crossbow, and I'm gonna aim it as far away from the kids as possible.
And the boy goes, "Yeah, she wants you to shoot it in the middle of the conversation."
Yeah. So I will. I'll aim it as far away from them so that they can see it. But there's no chance that if this goes wrong, it will hit them.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna make you roll an attack roll.
and I will shoot it.
Okay, yeah, and you kind of hit
the
it
wall.
into like a shanty, and it goes in pretty deep, but you don't hear anything on the other side, so you're okay. And they're like,
Sweet.
and then they start like
they-
mimicking it.
Has the boy been talking the whole time? Have the girls said anything?
No.
I was just about to ask, when they were talking or when they were like, hey, we want to see the crossbow, were they using sign language as they were like asking, like a mix of gestures and sign language?
Yeah.
Okay. If Brittany knows American Sign Language, can Alesta know Common Sign Language?
Did you take it as a language?
Did you take it as a
Yeah.
language in Paladin
It
school?
was not available.
I needed to
That needs to happen.
I
That
needed
needs
to
be a
get
language.
it like
Should be
to
in there.
graduate in Paladin school, and so yeah, I was like, sure.
I mean, there's
Second
no
language
like,
credits.
and that's part of the unfortunate part. There's no like real language that you could take as sign language, so it's more like pantomiming what you're trying to do. So you could figure it out.
Little sidebar. Wizards of the Coast.
Wizards of the Coast. Let's
Area
think about
of
this.
improvement right there.
Surely they're watching right now.
Wizards of the Coast. As you're watching us play Waterdeep, your module. You put in some children that are in fact deaf. Let's put in some languages that people could take to interact with them appropriately. Let's be all inclusive.
Well, we are all creatives ourselves, and I bet that we could homebrew the fact that a language exists. Period. Sorry, that's an aside. Continue.
No, Lester, you go. You were going to say something.
Oh, no, I
Okay.
wanted to ask about that.
Okay.
So as the kid tells us, like, oh, he parked his caravan over there. I imagine this is all kind of like happening all at once.
Yeah.
I am going to walk over to the other girl, hand her a gold and a candy. Walk over to the other girl, hand her a candy because she already has a gold. Hand over the boy, hand him a gold and a candy, and be like, "It's parked down here. Let's go."
Yes, we are going this way, but the three of you need to go the opposite way.
Are you guys?
Do not need.
Are you guys
No.
gonna get in a fight?
No questions asked.
Hey, can I see your sword? And
Stop.
He asks you, Alesta.
I don't have a sword.
Oh, what do you
Yeah.
use?
It is this giant spear.
Oh, how? Can you show me it? Like, I don't want to touch it. Just how do you use it?
Yeah, sure. And Alesta's, she's gonna do a little instructional. Alesta had
Yes,
apprentices.
Kangaroo.
She was a paladin. She had little apprentices, so she probably did a couple of classes every once in a while, and she knows how to talk to kiddos. And it's a very dry lesson for what he's asking for. But damn if it isn't informative.
And after a 10-minute lesson in how to use the
history
spear,
of spears.
you see
The
a
spirit
caravan
of travel.
leave, and the caravan's gone. It's
And-
gone. Encounter over.
We need to. Did we save it? Can
No,
we
I'm just.
restart?
I'm kidding. Yeah, no.
Guys,
Let's jump back in time.
I haven't saved in 2 hours. We're back at the fight at Sylvie's.
Oh no.
Isn't that the worst?
Okay, so you've seen my friend's crossbow. You've seen my friend's spear. Can you do us a favor? And I need you to head up north and just go into your home and just hide yourselves for a bit.
Well, I mean, Mister, this is our home, right? But good luck.
You have gold. Find a bed for the night.
Sure thing, Mister.
Quick
Please.
question, kid. What is the name of your community leader? Like places like this usually have like a community leader or someone who's important. What's the name of the guy that is important in the dock ward?
Well, you're technically not in the dock ward. It's
Well,
even
wherever we are, then.
worse than the dock ward.
Mist ward.
I mean, there's no real leader. There's somebody
Who do I go to if I want to talk about doing repairs in the houses?
Well, I mean, you could try Grinda.
Grinda?
She's like the old person here.
Nah, old people are usually important. That's very okay. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, you guys look really important then.
Oh.
Extremely important. You would not believe
Okay.
how old we are.
Okay, we are done with the. Okay, we are giving you a. I'm not going to call it a warning, but we have given you some advice. You need to just sit still. You have candy. You have gold. The
I
world
will
is your
hand him
oyster.
the whole. I'll hand him the whole bag and be like,
Look,
just go, please.
you have
I
many
don't wanna
candies.
see you get hurt.
and I'm gonna start heading that
I'm
way.
gonna take off. Yeah,
So-
I'm gonna take off.
You
see him-
hang behind.
Go ahead, Jax.
Ooh.
I want to hang behind while everybody else leaves, and I want to ask them to show me what they were doing with the snow when they were throwing it at each other.
Yeah,
I am
so
not familiar with the snowball.
like, what you mean this?
Yeah. How did you do that? I just pick it up and it just falls apart.
Well, you gotta the key to a good snowball, and this is Minnesotan here. Warm your hands up, and then it's almost like you melt the snow with your hands. So you gotta pack it really tight, and then the outside kind of turns to ice.
So I'm gonna bend over and pull up some snow and kind of try and recreate it. Not perfectly, I'm sure, and then throw it at the wall. And I'm just gonna be amazed.
And
That's so cool. I love this.
They're gonna throw another one down to Valerian and Templeton. It doesn't get anywhere close, but it goes like in front of you guys, and so you do notice that a snowball is coming at you.
Ooh, I'm gonna try that too, and I'm gonna throw another one in their direction.
Okay, roll a d20 with no modifier.
And I will also, seeing
15.
it fly over our head, I'd like to scoop up as much snow as I possibly can in my giant hands and chuck one at the boy.
So, okay, so Travis, who are you trying to hit?
I don't know that I'm trying to hit anybody. I'm just kind of aiming, kind of around like Templeton and Val.
Okay,
My token is true to where I think I am on the map, so I'm kind of moving up.
15
I'm at the corner of that building.
would hit Val, so we'll say you hit Val in the back with a snowball.
Oh, I'm sorry, Val. Sorry.
I will stop. Wait 3 seconds. Turn around.
Jackson.
Okay.
That was
Son,
me. I'm sorry. It wasn't
Yes.
them. Don't worry.
Okay. I am just saying we are at the it is time to put up or shut up, and we want to play with snowballs. Here,
Hey,
I will make one too, and I will make a snowball and I'll throw it at Jackson.
Ooh, good job.
I'm getting it
Val.
out of the system. Oh, you want to do another one, and I'll make it and I'll throw it,
I'll throw one back.
and I will do it again.
I'll throw it back at him.
Okay, are we done?
No.
That's so
And then
fun.
Alesta's going to also grab it and just like start pelting them at the three of you. And then like she's like also moving down like the alleyway as they're doing that. So it's like a moving sort of snowball fight.
You are only attracting them to follow us, and I will make some, and I'll volley some over at the kids in their direction, just like mortars coming up and landing, not like aiming at anybody, just in a playful kind of way, and kind of backing down that alley as well. Okay, it is time to go. We had our fun.
I will say thank you to the kids, and I will run over and grab my crossbow bolt out of the wall and kind of jog up to catch up with the rest.
And so as you do that, they don't leave. They kind of go out into like that field of just snow. So out kind of there, and they start like one of the girls pretends like she has the crossbow, and then the other girl, finds a stick and she's using some of the moves that Alesta taught her, and then the other is just out there with like a fake sword. As if they're like fighting each other. All right, so everybody's heading in a southerly direction. The kids have gone off and are role playing their favorite new action heroes that they've seen. And so as you guys kind of turn the corner, you do see that the carriage is right here, my crudely drawn square. And tied up, not like inhumane, just hitched up horses, are two giant horses that are pulling this carriage. As the kids stated, there is no driver. Whatever. And then as you go south, you see some people in the streets with kind of by a burning barrel and trying to stay warm. They are in just like patched work clothing, so it's not like amazing or it's not nice. It's just whatever they could find patching together to try and make it through this extreme cold. And then as you head further, you see that the street kind of empties out. But there are tracks. One set of tracks as you pass the center here. There's just one set of tracks.
Okay. I don't know that I would run that far yet. If I got to the carriage, I would probably stop and kind of look through and make sure. Does it look like it is So, are there tracks coming from the carriage to the nearby house, or does it head south, heading to the ones you were talking about?
You can give me a survival check, because there is a lot of tracks in this area.
Ooh. Natural 6.
Can I also do a survival
That's
check?
a 7 on my part.
Yeah, everybody can.
Okay.
Yep, that's a 7 for me too.
I got a 15.
I got an 18.
Okay. Jackson.
Nice.
Jackson, you can spot...
Jackson.
Jackson!
Tax head.
You can spot the different, like, footfalls in here. And it's the only track that continues on.
Okay. I don't see it. Jackson does.
1 second.
Sorry.
This game is boring me.
It was either that or a cough. I couldn't quite tell. Yeah, so I'll just point out the tracks that we see going down that way and how they're the only ones. They're the only ones that seem to continue on. So those are probably the ones we're looking for.
Okay. Do you want to take the lead, Jackson? Since you are kind of hot on the trail.
Do you want my crossbow?
Maybe you should. You had
move
pretty good aim
in
with
front.
the snowballs. Maybe you should change your.
That might be my new weapon.
Yeah.
Snowballs are hand lobbing things.
More reliable than this untrustworthy thing. And I'll move towards the front and slowly start following the steps, trying to watch closely to make sure I don't lose track of them.
Okay. So as you move around this corner...
Yeah. As we approach those people by the fire, do they pay us any mind, or are they just kind of hanging out?
They see you, but they don't, like, open themselves to you, if that makes sense.
Okay.
They're, like, going to close off and...
Yeah. Do we look drastically different than them? Like,
Yes.
even our common clothes is a far step above the
Yeah.
clothes that they're wearing. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. As long as they're not, like, looking at us shadily, I'll keep moving. Follow Jackson.
I mean, they're looking at you.
Yeah.
They're looking at
I
you
know.
like, who's this guy? What's he doing in our neighborhood? Like, type of way.
Like more wary than sketchy.
Yeah.
Just like, who is this?
Yeah. I like that.
I'll give him a simple nod and just keep moving.
Okay.
Jackson, you still have the truck?
So far.
Okay.
And then you make it to this house here. And they head up. I went too far on my first one. I apologize. They head up. And as you guys, like, walk through this area, it is war-torn. It had a fire a year ago that it hasn't been rebuilt. And so it's just going steadily downhill still. But
St.
then,
Louis.
yeah, East St. Louis. But then as you walk up to these, misshaped stairs, you do see a door that the tracks stop and...
Is it like a second-story building, or is it just a few steps getting up to a front porch?
It's like...
Float level?
Yeah, I mean, it's like the stacks in Ready Player One, where it's just like garbage all the way up.
Okay. Any windows?
No.
Okay. How do we want to do this? Do we want to case the area, case the building? Do we just want to go knock on the front door?
Does the door have any windows on it? Or is it just a solid door?
No windows.
Does it have a series of 4 peepholes at different levels?
Yeah, I thought that was going to be my question.
Yeah, and they're installed from the outside in, so perfect.
Oh, good. So we can peek in.
No people.
Awesome.
There are no peepholes. These are like, if you were to take a piece of metal and make it a door, that's what this would be.
Okay. There is not a part of me that thinks we are going in and not taking this thing by force.
I would agree.
Yeah, I would agree.
Then, okay.
Do you have a suggestion? The last time I knocked
No.
politely. The last time I knocked politely and entered a home. I ended up tied up and held a hostage very, very briefly. So
Okay.
I have since questioned my tactics.
I'm gonna take a step right over to here. What kind of around this building does it look like?
So how I would imagine this is all of these buildings are either whatever debris they could find to put together, or they're like broken ship parts. So as you approach this one, it's almost up on stilts to an extent. Maybe the waters used to hit up here a little bit higher. But then the stairs, the stairs are a more recent addition, and it's like wood that has just been like hammered into mud. And so underneath the house on the main floor of the walkway is just nothing. But then as you go up, you can see kind of underneath the house. You could fit under there, I suppose, if you wanted to try hard enough.
Yeah, I would kind of see if I could hear anything or see through the floorboards.
Give me a perception check.
Moving around. That's a nat 20. No joke.
So you catch this little crack, and you see a taller figure standing over another figure, and the other figure's almost flailing.
On the ground, being pinned down?
Hard to tell,
Kind
but
of.
yeah.
But I'm hearing noises that sound more than just footsteps.
You're gonna hear muffled yells, and then the arms are flailing, almost like scratching, trying to get the person standing up.
I will come out. It sounds like somebody beat us to the punch. Sounds like a scuffle going on in there. Maybe now is the time to jump in and pounce.
Okay, that sounds good. And so Alesta's going to break down the door and charge in.
Okay. So yeah, as you break down the door, the scene that you see is the description of Agorn standing over an elderly woman with a pillowcase or pillow over her face. And then you see the elderly woman trying to get out.
Okay. So I'm going to first of all call out and be I'm not an authoritative person. But me, Brittany, I don't know jack shit. But Alesta is going to be hey, stop, in the voice that you don't want to mess with. Hoping to catch him off guard.
I felt chills.
I need you to imagine that tone, because I cannot produce it unless it's a dog who's getting into trouble, in which case I can pull that forth.
Okay. And so as you yell stop, you look at his face and you just see tears coming down, and as he continues to hold the pillow.
Okay.
He's crying?
Yeah.
Okay, so Alesta wants to raise her...
Sleep.
Yeah, that always works.
Too soon.
Wow.
Sorry, it's the Goodberry joke of Waterdeep.
Wow. Cast Sleep. Oh, that'd be a good group name. Okay. I'm going to throw my spear and try to pin his arm.
Okay.
Specifically.
Yeah. Go and make an attack roll. Oh, hold up.
Okay.
I got some stuff I gotta do.
That is a 21.
Ooh.
A 21, you said?
I sure did.
Oddly
it was
enough,
an 18 plus 3.
Oddly enough, that hits.
Good. Yeah, so the intent was to disarm. So, like, literally throw it to try to go through, like essentially go through the wrist or the forearm to make it so that he cannot, like, I want to break his arm so he can't, like, hold the pillow anymore.
Well, go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, yeah, that's a thing. Oh, I rolled the wrong thing. Oops. Okay, that is a 4 plus a 1, so that's a
5. I'm not gonna say you're gonna like break his hand, but
at least disarm him.
Yeah, no. As you throw it, it like the pillow comes off enough that you see the elderly lady finally gasp for air, not grasp. She's like grabbing the air. No, she gasps for air, but she doesn't move.
Okay.
And
like
I'm going to
move location or like move at all.
Move
all.
location. Like
Okay.
she catches her breath, but she can't like move away from him.
Okay. What?
She can't, or she is just not.
Can't. She's not. How about that?
Can't, not, won't, shan't.
Can't not. Okay, then I'm going to use the remainder of my action to move. Do we have it up on Roll20 right now?
Yeah, where are you at?
Oddly enough, we do.
Wow. Okay.
Oh wow.
So, wow. So I'm going to use the last part of my turn to move over here and stand over her with like my shield at the ready, protecting her essentially.
How many hit points do you have?
36.
You're getting sleeped. I don't want to.
That's amazing.
He's gonna cast sleep on you.
You better not. Is what you better do.
Yeah, no, he's gonna cast sleep.
Oh.
Hold on. Okay.
7. 6. So that's 21. 8. That's 29. 3. 33.
Oh no. That's not high enough.
That's another 8.
Wait,
That
he
is-
gets 7?
Ouch.
If you cast it at a high enough level spell, you can do as many as you want. Not as many
Well,
as you
what the
want.
hickety heckaroni?
So
Oh, I'm so...
39. Did you have 40?
No, I had 36.
Oh my god.
Is magic resistance helpful in this case?
Read what it does.
You have an advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects.
You don't have a saving throw on this because it's me rolling to your hit points. Yeah, so he casts it at 3rd level.
Love it.
So it gets an extra 1d. You get an extra 1d8 for every level higher you cast it at. And so Valerian, as you're standing there, you see Alesta just.
Do I at least fall asleep on the woman, or did I just like get one foot in?
You
And
catch
then
the
just,
pillow.
like-
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
did I catch the
you're
pillow?
laying like right next to her into the bed of hay that's there.
Next to her, or like, am I still physically blocking
Like
her?
if you're physically blocking her, you're probably gonna kill her.
Like, what? Like, I'm gonna... Oh, yeah, suffocation's totally a thing. Okay.
Like,
Can I land on the pillow?
She can't move. Yeah, you're not gonna get hurt. You're just asleep.
I just kind of wanted it for cinematic effect.
And then at this point, let's go ahead and roll our initiative.
Ay, caramba.
So how does sleep work if it actually works?
How does sleep work if it works?
Yeah.
This spell sends creatures into a magical slumber. Roll 5d8 for level 1.
Yep.
The total is how many hit points of creature this spell can affect. Creatures within 20 feet of a point you choose within range are affected in ascending order of their current hit points, starting with the creature that has the lowest. Well, I guess, who has the lowest hit points then? In this, because it would be between Val and Alesta. Interesting.
How much do you...
Do you?
What do you have, Jax?
I have 28.
How much do you have, Val?
27.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
so close.
That's right. All right, so
I'm standing in the doorway. So
yeah, you would be in the range because it's 20 feet, and you have to be able to see it. So Jackson, you're still outside, and Templeton.
I am outside.
Yeah.
How many hit points does the woman have? She's also in range.
Yeah, don't worry about that because she's already asleep now too. She has 1, so you have more than 39 or 38, less than 38, Chris.
yeah, I have 27.
Okay, so unfortunately, yeah, I guess it doesn't. You can't just target. That's right. I totally forgot about that.
Isn't it a great spell?
So good.
Yeah, so good.
So
starting
good.
with a creature that has the lowest current hit points. Each creature affected by the spell falls unconscious until the spell ends. The sleeper takes damage, or someone uses an action to shake or slap the sleeper awake. Subtract each creature's hit point from the total. A creature's so until they're slapped or until the spell ends. It is a 1 minute duration, so 10 rounds of combat, or until they lose concentration.
Okay.
I just figured out how to make this useful. You have to wait till a bunch of things have lost hit points, and then you can put them all to sleep.
Boosh.
Oh,
kinda.
is it like the hit points that they have
currently.
remaining?
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
current hit points.
Oh,
yeah.
it's not the max, it's current.
So when you start
Yeah,
out the
so-
fight rolling in hot with sleep, that shit ain't gonna
She
work.
usually just wants people to fall asleep so that they stop talking.
I legit never realized how to use sleep until right now, because I heard you say hit points, not max hit points, and I was like, oh well, shit, that's
That makes sense, actually. Okay, thanks for
Yes,
that
it
insight,
does.
actually. Appreciate it.
All right,
We're gonna
so
turn this spell around and make it useful.
We're gonna
Yeah.
spell
Turn
rehab.
the spell around. Question. I rolled a 1 on my initiative, but I have lucky, and it says I can reroll attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws. Is initiative one of those? But I also fell asleep, so if that negates my whatever, I'm fine.
I think lucky you use the feat, right?
It's a racial trait.
Yeah. I don't think initiative is an ability check.
Okay. Then I have a 1 plus
I have a 1.
plus 3, so 4. 4 for me.
I have a 4 as well.
Oh,
I have
shit.
10.
I'm coming in at 18.
Templeton?
Then.
You now have
diplomatic
immunity.
Diplomatic immunity.
Okay, so Templeton had a 4. 7.
Yes.
4.
What's your dex mod,
4.
Templeton?
4. Quattro.
Okay.
No, my dex mod is 2. You probably have it
Okay,
there.
mine's 3, so technically I'd be ahead of you.
Okay, and Alessia, you had 18.
Yes.
All right. So game mechanics, D&D, everybody. It's always fun. So everybody in the chat, thank you. This has been another session of Handbook Helper with DadBodDnd. No, I'm just kidding. It's copyrighted.
Handbook or help.
All right. So Alesta, as you're standing there and you're bracing yourself to protect this elderly woman, you kind of see her just kind of like go into like a slumber, almost like a sleeping person, and then okay, I was thinking
Great
of
analogy. Great
I was
analogy.
thinking of what is Sigourney Weaver's name in Ghostbusters 1? Dana
No. There's no Dana, only Ghoul.
Only Zool.
Zool. Yeah, some G.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't remember her last name.
But I was thinking of Dana Sigourney Weaver from Ghostbusters, where she's laying there going, you know. But then you also see
2020?
Valerian
Sorry.
just zonk out in the corner too. But it is your turn,
Dana Barrett.
Dana Barrett. That's it.
Sorry, I had to look it up.
Thank you.
Okay, so... And hi, welcome back to Handbook Helper, copyrighted to not us. What can bonus actions be again? Like, if I wanted to, like, shake Valerian, am I doing that in place of an attack or a spell or a dash or etc.?
Yeah, I think the spell said use an action to wake them.
So an action's when you like do something. A bonus action is minor things. So like drinking a potion is labeled as a bonus action. There are spells that are labeled as a bonus action. I mean, there are certain other things that are bonus actions. But if you're going to try and like rouse somebody from sleep, it will be your full action.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm going to start off with a spell. Bless, which I've never used before because I did not realize I had it, but I do. You bless up to 3 creatures of your choice within range. Whenever a target makes an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends, the target can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the attack roll or the saving throw.
Okay, and who are you doing that on?
The range is 30 feet, so I'm doing it on Jackson, Templeton, and Val.
Okay.
Do you have to have sight, or is it just an aura?
It's just aura.
Okay, perfect. All right.
So y'all are blessed.
I did post
Blessed.
bonus actions in the chat, so quick reference guide. Offhand attack, cast a spell, or use a class feature. Okay.
So that can be a bonus action. So I just cast a spell that doesn't have to be my main one. I feel like I always
unless
do
it
that.
says it's an action. So what does bless say? Okay, so you're casting bless. Do you want to move or use our newly found bonus actions?
I don't think so. No, I mean offhand attack that wouldn't apply to me, would it? Unless it was like the shield.
Probably not.
What is offhand? Is it just like your?
It's like if you have
you're dual wielding.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so it's usually
the shield probably would.
without your modifiers, and it's very awful.
Gotcha.
Cool. Okay. Cool
I'm
idea,
done.
Jackson.
So from where I am, kind of on these stairs, I guess, I assume at this point I can't see. I don't really know anything's really happened, right? I didn't know she was trying to smother the old lady.
Well, Val did say it out loud, and he did say that yes, there's something happening in there, and maybe we got beat to the punch.
Okay. Would I have noticed anything being outside of the room when they cast sleep to tell me that would have been performed?
You probably would have heard Val hit the floor. The old song "Let the Bodies Hit the Floor."
Okay. I would like to reach down and see if I can't make myself a snowball.
Oh. Yes.
You know
and
what?
Then I'm gonna run into the room.
I'm gonna let you do a bonus action, and make a snowball, just because I want to see it happen.
I'm gonna take the snowball. I'm gonna come around the corner, and I guess what do I see with the old lady and the guy who was trying to smother her? Are they on top of each other? I guess what I'm trying to ask is, could I tell he was trying to smother her still?
So what you see is a person kind of backed up a little bit, and then you see Alesta standing over the elderly lady, and then in the corner you see Val sleeping. Good time to take a nap. And the elderly lady just kind of laying there, just breathing.
I'm gonna throw the snowball at Val. Wake up, dude!
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to you. So
yeah.
Wait.
You just get hit in the face, Val, with the snowball, and
Okay, we are still playing games. Very good.
I'm not playing the game. I was trying to wake you up.
and then Val, as you come to, you see what all is happening.
Okay.
Okay. Oh my god.
What you gonna do? We're
Oh
in a
no.
tight spot.
Yeah, so okay. Just
I don't
standing
like the sound of
in the
this.
corner, Agorn uses Thunderwave. So
We're paralyzed?
well,
Like in Pokemon?
no. So everybody in the room, Templeton, you are excluded. Everybody in the room, please give me a Constitution save.
And remember that for a saving throw, you will roll an extra d4 and add that.
Because
you are blessed. Hashtag blessed.
Papa bless. Ooh, that's not bad.
What kind of
15,
save did you say it was?
Constitution, please.
It's an 18 total with the bless.
Okay,
That's
so you will.
16.
You both will take half damage.
Okay.
21 for me.
Yeah, so everybody takes 4 points of damage. And then you see the elderly lady stop breathing.
I am sorry that we could not save you.
I am sorry we could not save you.
Galaxy Quest.
That was very.
I am sorry.
So, for NPCs, does that actually kill her, or does that go into like that unconscious kind of state like we as players would normally experience? I don't know how that works for NPCs.
Well, so typically with a player, if you go about half your hit points in the negative, you're perma-dead.
And she had 1, right?
She went over half of her total. She doubled her total hit points.
What if Alesta immediately did medicine
She
and
knows.
used an action?
You'll find out she's dead. Like, real dead. Like, the body was macerated into macerated strawberries.
I hit the floor.
And then it hit the
And then
floor.
you ate it for breakfast.
And then it hit the floor. Yep.
Rip old lady.
Love it.
Ripped.
Rip a runny.
You're the
Be in
worst.
peace.
Okay. So
Okay.
you're no longer here.
Yeah, I'm not asleep.
Where's the door? You're in front of the door. But you can share a space, right?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So she's gonna just come out here and stop there.
Can I... And I can't use like a reaction or anything to try to like stop her from going through my space?
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah,
Give me.
I would not let her run out.
Okay. Okay. Give me
Or
a
at least I would try.
strength check. Ugh. Yeah.
Well, it's a 15 plus... I don't know. Ooh, that might be a -1. 14.
Saving throws +4. Oh, she got 12. 12.
12
Okay.
total? Or
Yeah, so
+4?
you stop her. Him. Sorry, it's a boy, not a girl. Token's a girl.
Token's a girl.
Token is a generic token, so don't get any ideas. Yeah, you. I'm gonna say you stick your foot out, and then just they trip.
Okay.
So they're
Okay.
tripped right here,
So he's on like the landing and the stairs that are heading down.
prone.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. It is.
It's
my
your turn now. Yeah.
Oh shoot. I'm going to, as like maybe I try to tackle him as he's coming and I fall down with him. I'm gonna take one of the newt eyes out and I'm gonna smash it real quick and like almost in the same movement grab a dagger and I'm gonna stab him right in the calf as he's laying in front of me, just as all in this one kind of movement, falling down and stab in the calf. So he is hexed now, and I get that's a extra D6. I don't think it's a save on them. I think it just happens.
Yeah.
What does
plus
the
it-
hex
yeah.
look like? Like cinematic?
Cinematically, what do you want to know? How did I say that works for me?
I don't think you have.
Yeah, I take out, and it's all happening pretty quick here in this moment, but I take out that newt and I smash it and it kind of like crumbles out. And it just, maybe this kind of reddish black smoke swirls around that petrified dust, and maybe it enters their nostrils as they're kind of like breathing in.
They
And now
snort
they
it.
they got a red halo over their head. And I take out my dagger and I'm going to stab in the calf. So an extra D6 to my damage. I have to hit first. That's a 12. It's a 12 to hit.
Does not hit.
Okay. So I slam down into the wooden walkway right next to them.
Okay.
And that's...
Is that with the bless modifier?
Ooh, no. Ooh, 10. That's 15 total.
That hits.
Oh, save the day.
Hashtag blessed.
So I get to roll an extra d6. That's going to be 8, 9, 10, 11 piercing.
Oh.
Four of that is piercing, and 4 of that is the hex.
So, also, what we should have done is they're now prone, so you should have gotten advantage.
So that was a 17.
Yeah, only matters if you're getting a crit. So,
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you would like?
I use my bonus, use my action. I'd like to get up and try to move in front of them. Like, again, be able to, like, stop them if I can. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah, stab and then kind of crawl over their body and then, like, linebacker stance right in front of them. You're not going anywhere.
Intimidating. It's like Spud Webb trying to stop the bus.
Yeah.
All right.
Can I describe how blessed looks? Can I describe?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna say that when she blesses, it seems like nothing happened at all. But then when bless actually does work, like a character rolls and does well, then whatever the nature of the action is, like if they're swinging a sword, then a faint sort of red rope seems to loop around them for a split second as they bring down the sword. If they dodge, then it's like they the red rope kind of like seems to flash around their head. Yeah, so as it's working, you can kind of see the effects, but
yeah. So as my dagger was going down, it was going to miss, but then these red ropes kind of come up and pull my hand over and place it right in the calf. I like it.
Except all I can think about is licorice now. So thanks.
I'm hungry.
All right, Templeton.
He's down, correct?
Prone.
That
Agorn
is correct.
Okay. All right. I will run up and occupy the same space as Val.
Okay.
And while he's down, I'd like to put my foot on top of him and try and restrain him.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let you have it happen because they're already prone.
So I'll bring my foot down on his like upper chest area, like right here, and push down a little bit and put some pressure.
Okay. That's fair. Investigator, what are you doing?
okay, so he's pinned. What did I roll?
Would we consider that grappled? Would we consider that grappled?
Yeah.
Or because that's what I was thinking was like I would be trying to grapple him.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So they're pinned on the ground. We're gonna, for mechanics' sake, we're gonna use grappled. But yeah, go ahead. What do you want to do?
Okay, so I'm going to, since he's kind of grappled, I'm going to say, do we want to take him awake or alive, or do we want to keep him for questioning? What do we want to do with him?
I think we keep him alive at least for a bit, because if he does not have the stone on him, we need to find it.
Okay. What does he look like? Is he still crying? What's going on?
Well, the tears would have left. But he's a taller gentleman with like short brown hair. I don't want to say like extremely fancy, but higher end clothes. Nice dark.
Does he look like he wants to be there? Of course he doesn't. But does he look like his actions are for sure his own, or does he look like behind that, like in his face, he looks like he is very scared? Like, does it look like he's being controlled and still has consciousness?
No, he does not look like he's being controlled.
Okay. I mean, I guess, do we just beat the shit out of him?
Non-lethally. I mean, mechanically speaking, that would be a non-lethal. I don't know where he's sitting. I mean, he's only taken the one hit, so...
You know what? I want to try to put him to sleep. Now that he has had a couple of hits in.
Eye for an eye.
A sleep for a sleep. I don't know why I have this as a prepared spell. I really should just...
Roll high still.
Roll...
They have only gotten hit once.
Oh, they've gotten hit twice.
Wait, how much damage
11
did you do
and
the
then a
first time?
6.
Okay.
5. I might have done a 5, actually. I think I did 5.
Roll high.
Still.
So your max is going to be 5d8, 40 hit points. You have to be above half. I'll tell you that much. They're not bloodied yet.
What does bloodied mean?
Half health.
Yeah, Fori used a status called bloodied. When you would get below half health, you would be bloodied.
Well, you know, I want to do this just as a stubbornness sort of thing. So we'll just go ahead and we'll make it happen. Maybe.
Until it works.
Do it until it works. That is my motto. Okay, so that's 5d8. Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go. Alesta. That's an 8, 4, 7, 8.
Whoa.
Oh,
That's 5.
and then a 4.
You rolling 5?
Yeah, 5. Wait, did I already roll the 5?
Yeah. No,
You ended
don't
at
count
the 8.
last one.
The 4 doesn't count.
Oh, okay.
20.
That's 30.
34.
And instantly, under Templeton's foot, they are no longer, like, actively awake. You just... They're asleep. They're asleep. They're sleeping.
It worked. You're muted.
You're totally muted, though. All of that excitement is gone.
Alesta's just shaking her fists like this, and she's like, yes! Yes! I knew that you'd fall asleep. I knew this would work one day. I had faith.
You did it! Yay!
I did it! Yay!
Pure excitement.
She's almost like a little girl with how excited she is right now. It's very jarring.
Okay, so now what would you guys like to do? We're going to just stop initiative.
Oh, I am going immediately for his satchel or pockets and looking for the stone.
Okay. Yeah, as you trifle through their goodies, there is no stone.
What the fuck? This is
You find 25 gold pieces. You do find a little box, like a little tiny box.
like a jewelry box. Okay.
I mean, it could be anything, really.
Is it wooden?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I will put those in my pocket real quick. I don't find any stone. We need to search the house. Templeton, do you want to stay on him in case he wakes up?
Yeah, I got this.
Do I have like any manacles or anything?
How is this room lit? Is it lit with lamps or lanterns or windows?
So it is no longer lit because the Thunderwave put the small candles that they have out.
So it was just candles then?
I'll cut off a chunk of rope, and I want to tie him up in case he wakes up.
Okay, give me a dex check, please.
14 plus 3.
Yeah,
17.
Okay.
Templeton, you want to maybe drag him inside, but do it gently so he doesn't wake up. Just so we're not,
I think
attracting.
he is inside.
We're kind of on the landing on the steps.
Oh, are we? Oh, okay.
And then I'll make my way inside.
I will pick him up gently and hold him like he's a baby. and take him back inside. And if there's a bed, I will place him on the bed and put a blanket over him.
I'm going to before Templeton lays him on the bed. Are there like sheet or anything? Any sort of like covering?
I mean, there's what would be used as a blanket.
Oh, okay. I want to use like a blanket or a curtain or something to kind of act as a shroud and like respectfully cover the woman up. Yeah,
I mean, so with Thunderwave, knowing how the spell works, like the body gets pushed and they're all the way up against the wall. They're not like grossly mutilated or anything, but just the body's like pinned up against the wall.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, Alesta will gently take her down and lay her on the floor on her back, and place her hands like over her chest and respectfully cover her. Do I notice anything weird on her while I'm doing that, like maneuvering her around?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that for flavor.
I'm ransacking the rest of the house looking for the stone.
You mean an investigation check, please?
16.
16. So as you're looking through the rest of this house, you get the idea that you kind of piece together what may have been happening. There's like newspapers or like I don't know, like information sheets, just kind of here, maybe daily gossip or whatever is floating around Waterdeep. And then there's like bedpans, like a bedpan here that the mom would use. There's a cat howling. There's you get the idea that this lady didn't leave very often, or if at all.
Okay.
But you don't find anything. You don't find anything of use. It's all like junk. It's like a hoarder like level crap. But
can I cast a detect magic to look for maybe if anything might be trying to be hidden through some kind of spell or something?
There you go.
Yeah. So as you cast detect magic, you guys light up pretty well because you have some magical items. Val, where'd you put that little box?
It is in my pocket.
So you do see a faint glow in Val's pocket in the shape of a circle.
What has it got in its pockets?
What's it's got? My precious.
I think this was I mean, obviously this lady was kind of stuck at home. Look at her piss pan. Maybe he was doing her a favor by taking her out of her misery, but that remains to be seen. Do we need to wake him up now and talk to him? We have not found the stone.
Is there a reason that we shouldn't take him someplace else? Like, take him back to our place or take him to a smaller location? Someplace that we can, like, actually control? Instead of doing an interrogation right here.
I don't like taking a bound human being up through the North Ward and back home with City Watch.
Well, fascinatingly enough, he did have a wagon.
I know, but we get pulled over for some stupid reason, like...
Oh, right, like the lantern on the tail.
Light.
Like the lantern on the horse's butt, just like...
I mean, just
candles sitting on the back of the cart.
I mean, we are here, and we have him bound. I mean, he was crying, right? I mean, maybe we can draw some of that emotion of what he just did out to use it as an advantage.
All right. Well,
Jackson, what is up with you? Does detect magic? Does that have a verbal component?
Technically does, yes.
Okay, so yeah.
Hold on. I'm looking at the wrong spell. Yes, it does.
What were you saying over there?
I was trying to cast detect magic to see if I could see anything. What's that round orb in your pocket?
I did not pick up an orb, and I'll kind of pat myself down and come across that box. Oh, he had this box on him. It's glowing. Do I see that it's glowing, or is this something only Jackson sees?
It's only what Jack sees.
Okay, this is magical.
It's glowing. It's glowing pretty good.
Okay, I will open it. Is it like a slide drawer, or does it have a
No, it's just a little latch.
hinge top? Okay.
Let me pull up what you see. What do you see?
So is it like tennis ball size, smaller?
It's like
Marble?
the what are
Those
what are the
metal
yin yang
meditation
balls?
things?
The yin yang balls things.
like-
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You roll them in your hand.
Yeah. It's about one of
Gotcha.
those sizes.
Okay. I don't know what it does, but I see that it is. Is it, as I open it, is it like glowing and illuminating my face with blue?
A soft illumination,
Okay.
not great.
Wow, this looks expensive. And I'll hand it out to whoever is closest. Anybody know what this is? And I'll pass it around. I do.
I mean, yeah, can we do an Arcana check?
I mean, I would know, since I did detect magic, it would technically be able to tell me the school of magic at least.
Oh yeah, you would know. I'm just gonna give it to you. It's called the Drift Globe. So the small sphere of thick glass weighs 1 pound. If you are within 60 feet of it, you can speak its command word and cause it to emanate the light or daylight spell. Once used, the daylight effect can't be used again until next dawn. Just so you can use light all you want.
Okay. Alright.
Do we then know that word, or is it just we could if we did know that that trigger word?
There's a little button on the back you have to
Yeah.
press with a pencil, and then you can reset the
Yeah,
password.
no,
Reset
it's
does
like-
say the word.
Once you, so I've never used the attunement portion of D&D, but once you attune it to you like create the command word. So, yeah, whatever you want to say it is.
Okay.
Just whatever you come up with, there was a little note slipped in there of the command word. How about that?
That works. Well, that's interesting. But what good is
Do we
it?
all have dark vision?
Except,
Yeah, I do.
except Jax.
I do.
Oh,
I do.
Gnomes, I think gnomes have it.
They sure do.
cool.
Remember when we ran across those Landstriders too, and we were all like, "Oh, this is dumb," and then like not one session later.
I have Devil's Sight, so I can see 120 feet.
Daylight against Drow is amazing, and there is the Undermountain in the Yawning Portal. So
Clearly setting
you
us
being
up for advantage.
Were you being serious about there being a cat in here?
no, I think your
That
cat
was-
meowed.
Your cat was meowing.
That would follow. Do any of the articles? Do any of the articles have the same line of like thinking in them? Is she saving them for a reason? Do they have the same subject, anything, or does it just seem like she collects these?
It's just like a daily Waterdeep like news, like it's the Waterdeep Gazette, and there's one for each day for like the past month. There's
Okay.
nothing good in them though.
So Jackson, you said that ball lights up like a
Oh, yeah.
spotlight. Okay,
It's magical.
I think we need to click it on, and then we interrogate this guy. This will be. I'm getting the vision that this is like the lantern in front of the guy's face. You guys
gotcha.
get it. You turn that on, and we will set him on this bed, and we need to talk to him. I mean, is everybody ready for this?
Before we do that,
You ready for this?
where was that door that we came in from? Was that right here at the bottom of the stairs?
No,
or was
it's
it
right
up
here.
higher? It's up there. Okay. I want to run outside really quick.
Okay,
Like
snowball.
out here, I want to look for like a window or something, or a door, or an object. Like what is in the immediate area? Let's say, actually not the immediate area, but let's say a couple of squares like up here.
All right, so
Are there boxes or anything?
yeah, I mean,
Looking for things in the alleyway.
yeah, I mean, what are you looking for? Because I'm gonna just let you have it.
I want to cast alarm on it. So it'll tell me if anything enters a 20-foot cube of that, so I can kind of be on the lookout for like if the city guard or something comes
Nice.
around. Just what I'm
Yeah,
looking
you
for.
find like rubble here that you cast alarm on.
Perfect. I'm gonna cast alarm on that. I'll run back inside and just say, okay, I wanted to cast alarm out there in case something starts coming in while we're questioning this guy, so we can prepare ourselves a little bit.
That is good thinking.
Okay.
And I'm ready when you are.
DadBodDnd, do you want to be stationed at the door just in case he tries to make a break for it?
Yeah. I'll stand in the door and be prepared to tackle.
Okay.
Okay.
He's on the bed, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you can maneuver this person however you like.
Yeah, I think we'll get him kind of like leaned up on the back of the bed, up against the wall, facing us. Jackson, are you staying outside or are you coming back in?
No, I came back inside. I just want to
Okay.
set the alarm out there, so if something triggered, I would be inside and be able to alert it.
Okay.
These are scraped together shanty houses, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we need to be prepared for him to just like bust down a wall and run. That's why I had Templeton standing outside earlier, is because I'm like, these walls will probably just fall apart.
Okay.
They are bound. This person is
Yeah, we
bound.
do have his hands tied.
Yeah.
Not his legs.
Well, I will take, before I wake him up, I will tie his feet. And maybe undo his hands, but tie them to, like, the bedposts. You know, don't want to sound too creepy, but, you know. So that he is bound to something in the room, as well as his legs being bound. Okay.
To the dead mother. That's fair.
Mother.
Oh, that's some symbolism.
Well, that's okay. I will, Jackson. How do you click this thing on? And I'll kind of like bowling ball dump it into his hands.
And I'll fumble around with it and realize the word and cast that to turn it on.
What's the word, Jackson?
What's the word?
Flabbergast.
Flabbergast. Okay.
Yes.
Bird. You should have said bird. Okay.
Bird.
Flabbergast.
Word, Travis.
Flabbergast.
Yes, it
Okay.
is.
Amazing.
Okay.
I'm going to have a dagger unsheathed in my offhand, but then I'm going to take my right hand and I'm going to slap him. Not like a full slap, but just kind of like pat him awake.
That's fair.
Aegon, you need to wake up. Pat, pat, pat.
Okay. And as you
Thank you,
slap
Luca.
them, that's where we're going to end for tonight.
I knew it, you have it.
So I do want to say
Okay.
thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us on your Friday night. So just a quick heads up, we will probably, most likely, definitely be moving the night we're streaming. That's going to be coming up here shortly. So we'll be moving from Friday nights to Wednesday nights. We'll have more details on Twitter. So if you haven't yet, follow us on Twitter at DadBodDnd. And as always, if you've made it this far into the podcast, the Twitch, leave us a comment, leave us a review, let us know how we're doing, let us know what you like, what you don't like, and we'll do what we can to make it, because it's this collaborative storytelling that we want to be great. So until then, we'll see you guys later.